There is a reason the masters walk in silence. Because the moment you begin to speak of what is sacred within you, you invite noise into your peace. Most people don't want to see you grow, they just want to know what you're doing. And the more you tell the more you weaken the very force that was meant to move you forward. You lose energy every time you explain your vision to someone who cannot see it. You lose direction every time you defend your dream to those who have never built their own. So today, stop this. Stop giving them access to the private garden of your becoming. There is power in mystery. There is growth in silence. And there is peace in being misunderstood while you quietly build what was written for you. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll share 15 lessons that will help you master the art of silence. Protect your energy and transform the way you move through life. If you learn to guard your inner world, no storm outside can ever shake your foundation again. There is a kind of strength that is born not from words, but from restraint. Silence is not emptiness, it is the gathering of energy. Every time you choose to stay silent, you are collecting the fragments of your scattered attention and drawing them back into yourself. You are redirecting energy from noise to presence, from reaction to awareness. Most people spend their days leaking energy, explaining, defending, reacting, and announcing. They do not realize that the act of constantly expressing every thought and emotion weakens the power that was meant to move them forward. When you talk too much about what you plan to do, you create an illusion of progress. The mind begins to believe it has already accomplished something simply because it has spoken it aloud. But real progress is silent. It moves without needing to be seen. The tree does not announce the growing of its roots. And yet those unseen roots determine its strength when the storms arrive. In the same way, your inner growth depends on how deeply you can remain quiet while your life transforms from within. Silence protects energy because it stops the unnecessary transfer of emotion. Every word you speak carries energy, and every listener receives a portion of it. When you speak your dreams into ears that cannot understand them, you unconsciously invite doubt, envy, or misunderstanding into your space. Their energy mixes with yours, and slowly the clarity of your vision becomes clouded. But when you hold your vision in silence, it remains pure. It matures within you until it is strong enough to withstand the weight of the world's opinions. Many people mistake silence for weakness, but silence is not passive. It is deeply active. It is a deliberate act of power. When you stay silent, you are not ignoring life. You are observing it. You are conserving your energy for actions that matter. The loud often seek validation. The silent seek mastery. Silence allows you to see things that noise hides. You begin to notice patterns, motives, and opportunities that are invisible to those who cannot stop speaking. You learn to listen not just to others, but to the rhythm of life itself. In moments of anger or confusion, silence becomes your shield. Words spoken in heat have the power to burn bridges that your peace took years to build. But when you pause and let silence speak for you, you begin to master yourself. You realize that not every emotion deserves an audience, and not every thought deserves to be shared. The energy you save in restraint becomes strength in discipline. That is how silence turns into power. It gives you control over yourself. There is also another dimension to this truth. Silence protects energy because it allows space for reflection. In stillness, you hear your own mind more clearly. You can separate what is real from what is reaction. You can sense where your intuition is guiding you. In the quiet, you find the answers that noise drowns out. When you become comfortable in silence, you stop chasing validation, and you start honoring your own pace. You stop explaining your journey and start walking it with confidence. So when life invites you to speak before it is time, remember this: your words are sacred currency. Do not spend them on ears that cannot value them. Protect your energy the way a flame protects itself from the wind, with stillness, with awareness, with patience. Your silence is not your weakness, it is your protection. It is the invisible armor that keeps your inner fire alive. And when the right time comes, when your growth has become too powerful to hide, the world will see what your silence was building all along, not because you told them but because your results will speak louder than words ever could. There is a quiet truth that many never learn until they are deeply wounded by disappointment. Not everyone is meant to understand your vision. The world is full of people who see through the limits of their own experience. And when you share something greater than their imagination, they do not see possibility. They see threat, confusion, or disbelief. This is not because they are evil or jealous. It is because their minds have not yet been stretched to the level of your vision. Every human being can only perceive from the height of their own awareness. When you reveal too much of your path to those who are not ready to see you invite misunderstanding and doubt into your sacred space. Your vision is a seed. When you plant it in the right soil, the soil of patience, faith, and quiet work, it grows strong. But if you plant it in the wrong ground, the soil of skepticism and judgment, it struggles to breathe. The seed begins to doubt its purpose because the earth around it does not nourish growth. In the same way, when you expose your dream to people who cannot handle it, their words and energy become a form of cold weather to your inner fire. What was once burning with inspiration begins to flicker with uncertainty. You must learn to discern who has earned the right to hear your vision. Most people do not guard your dream the way you do. They analyze it, question it, or reshape it to fit their comfort. They measure your goal by their capacity, not yours. If their belief system is small, they will make your dream small too. Not because they want to harm you, but because they cannot imagine a world larger than their own. And if you are not careful, you will start believing them. You will begin to shrink your dream to make others feel comfortable around you. This is why silence is essential. When you keep your vision private, you give it time to strengthen. You give yourself permission to grow without external pressure. You allow your inner voice to become louder than the voices of doubt. When your dream matures in silence, it becomes unshakable. You stop needing validation and you start walking with conviction. You stop asking others, do you think this will work? And you begin to tell yourself, I will make this work. The difference between the two is the birth of self-belief. Understand this. People see you based on who they are, not who you are. When you share your dream with someone who lives in fear, they will respond with fear. When you tell it to someone who lives in limitation, they will give you reasons why it cannot be done. Their reaction is not a reflection of your dream. It is a reflection of their own inner world. This is why spiritual discipline teaches you to be selective with your words. What is sacred must remain protected until it is strong enough to stand on its own. Every great achievement in history was first misunderstood. Every person who broke through mediocrity faced moments when no one else could see what they saw. The path of visionaries is always lonely at the beginning, but that loneliness is the refining fire that builds faith. You must be willing to be misunderstood if you wish to be extraordinary. Let them doubt you. It only means your dream is beyond their imagination. When you stop trying to make everyone understand you, you free yourself from the prison of approval. You start living for purpose instead of permission. You stop explaining and begin demonstrating. You stop defending and start doing. The less you need people to agree with your vision, the faster you move toward it. Silence becomes your companion, discipline your language, and focus your guide. So guard your vision like a sacred flame. Not every wind that blows deserves to touch it. Keep it close, nurture it quietly. And when it burns bright enough to light your path, the same people who once doubted you will be drawn to its warmth. Then you will understand the vision was never meant for them to handle. It was meant for you to carry. And by carrying it faithfully in silence, you allow the world to see what only you were destined to bring into being. Wherever your attention goes, your energy follows. This is one of the simplest truths of life, yet one of the hardest to practice. Every thought, every feeling, every word you focus on is like water being poured into the soil of your existence. What you water grows. If you constantly think about what is missing, you feed the roots of lack. If you dwell on fear, you strengthen the walls of limitation. But if you choose to place your attention on growth, peace, and discipline, your energy begins to build a reality that mirrors that focus. The mind is a powerful servant, but a dangerous master. When it wanders without direction, it drains you. When it is trained and guided, it creates worlds. Every moment you are awake, you are investing energy. The question is not whether you are spending it, but where. Most people spend their energy unconsciously, scattered between distractions, worries, and meaningless noise. They speak about goals, but give their attention to gossip. They dream of peace, but feed their minds with chaos. They want clarity, but constantly return to confusion. They do not realize that attention is the purest form of energy exchange. You cannot grow in one direction while staring in another. The energy of your life flows where your focus lies. When you talk too much about your plans, you redirect energy away from creation and into conversation. You start living in the idea of progress rather than in progress itself. The moment you begin explaining your next step to the world, your mind relaxes as if it has already taken that step. You lose the sacred tension that pushes you toward action. Silence keeps that energy intact. It keeps your mind alert, your spirit focused, and your intention strong. When you stop broadcasting your path, you allow your energy to be used for movement instead of maintenance. Every distraction is an invitation to leak energy. Social noise, endless comparisons, unnecessary arguments, all of these are silent drains on your life force. The more you engage with them, the weaker your inner fire becomes. Your power does not disappear in an instant. It fades slowly through 1,000 small leaks of attention. This is why discipline is sacred. Discipline is not punishment. It is protection. It guards your focus and directs your energy toward what truly matters. A disciplined mind does not react to everything that moves. It responds only to what aligns with its purpose. Energy is life, and attention is its steering wheel. Wherever you place it, that is where your life begins to go. If your focus is on gratitude, life gives you more to be grateful for. If your focus is on resentment, life gives you more reasons to feel bitter. You are always creating, even when you are unaware of it. Your thoughts are seeds, and your energy is the sunlight that makes them grow. That is why spiritual masters teach stillness, mindfulness, and presence. When you learn to control your attention, you gain mastery over your energy. Imagine standing before two fires. One burns with purpose, your goals, your growth, your peace. The other burns with distraction, fear, gossip, and self-doubt. Every time you give your attention to one, you feed it. Most people feed both fires all day long and then wonder why they feel exhausted but unfulfilled. The secret is to feed only the fire that serves your higher path. Withdraw energy from anything that dims your spirit. Place it fully where your heart feels alive. The moment you understand that your attention is sacred, your life begins to transform. You stop chasing validation, stop explaining your path, and stop reacting to every opinion. You start observing instead of absorbing. You start focusing instead of forcing. And slowly, your energy begins to align with clarity. You feel lighter, calmer, and more directed because your power is no longer leaking into places that do not deserve it. So guard your attention as you would guard your most precious treasure. Be mindful of what you watch, what you listen to, what you speak, and where your thoughts dwell. Every second of focus is a seed you are planting into your future. Choose those seeds carefully, because in time, your energy will make them grow into the life that you live. And when you finally master where your attention goes, you master where your destiny flows. The universe has always whispered its secrets to those who work in silence. There is an invisible rhythm that rewards those who build without noise, who move without announcing, and who trust the process more than the praise. Quiet work is the language of alignment. When you act without seeking attention, you enter into a flow where effort becomes devotion. The universe listens not to your words, but to your vibration. It sees your consistency, your patience, and your intent long before anyone else does. Every disciplined act, every moment you choose to stay committed when no one is watching, becomes an offering that the universe eventually returns in its own perfect time. In a world obsessed with showing, the art of silent doing is rare. Many people want results, but they also want recognition before the work is complete. They crave applause more than mastery. Yet, those who truly grow understand that noise is not progress. The loudest drum does not make the strongest sound. It simply echoes for a short while and fades. Real strength is quiet because it is built from within. The roots of a tree grow silently beneath the earth, unseen and unnoticed, yet they hold the entire tree upright when storms arrive. In the same way, the silent work you do within yourself, the discipline, the healing, the learning, the patience, is what prepares you for the seasons of growth that the universe brings. Quiet work requires trust. You cannot see the full path, but you still take the next step. You do not receive immediate rewards, but you keep showing up. You do not announce your progress, but you continue refining your craft. This kind of faith is powerful because it tells the universe that you believe in divine timing more than external validation. Every time you work in silence, you declare that your purpose is stronger than your need to be seen. The universe always recognizes that energy. It supports those who move with sincerity, not those who chase attention. There is also a deep spiritual protection in quiet work. When you do not broadcast your progress, you shield it from unnecessary energies, the doubt, the envy, the distraction that can arise when others begin to see what you are building. Some energies do not celebrate, they drain this. But when your work remains private, it matures in peace. You create a sacred space where growth is uninterrupted, where mistakes can become lessons and where success can grow roots deep enough to endure. Quiet work is not about hiding this. It is about honoring what is still becoming. The universe has a law of reflection. Whatever energy you give with focus and sincerity returns multiplied. When you pour your energy into your work without scattering it through noise, that focus becomes magnetic. It draws the right opportunities, the right people, the right timing. This is why those who stay consistent eventually rise above those who are constantly seeking attention. While others are speaking about what they want, the quiet ones are becoming it. And when the time comes, the universe reveals their work with such grace that it seems effortless. But only they know the long hours of unseen discipline that shaped it. Quiet work also humbles you. It teaches you patience because progress without recognition requires deep faith. It teaches you detachment because you stop working for applause and start working for truth. It teaches you stillness because you realize that the journey itself is more sacred than the destination. And one day, when the results begin to show, practice, you understand that the universe was never ignoring you. It was aligning everything behind the scenes. Every delay, every silence, every unseen effort was being recorded in the language of energy. So work quietly, build quietly, grow quietly. Do it not for the world, but for the alignment between you and the life that is waiting to unfold. Practice. You will find that when you stop trying to be seen, the right light finds you naturally. The universe does not forget those who work in silence. It simply waits for the moment when their inner strength matches the weight of the blessing prepared for them. And when that moment comes, everything that once felt unnoticed will be revealed, proof that the universe always rewards quiet work.